Today marks 1 year since the death of Austin East student Anthony Thompson Jr.
Who could forget that day? The 17-year-old was shot and killed in a scuffle with Knoxville police officers inside a school bathroom.
Now, this was the scene on campus last year. Law enforcement officers rushing to the high school after shots were fired.
Since that day, Thompson's death sparked protests and calls for justice after all 4 officers involved were cleared of any wrongdoing.
6 on your side's Elizabeth Kubel now hears from a community pastor and revisits her interview with Thompson's mother as they reflect 1 year later. Elizabeth.
Right, Bo, this day last year rocked the city of Knoxville, and it amplified the grief of a community that had already lost 4 teens to gun violence since the start of that year. Rows of police cars, flashing lights and caution tape surrounded Austin East on this day in 2021. Knoxville NAACP president and local pastor Sam Brown saw these first responders and heard the noise, but didn't expect something had happened within the walls of the school.
When it came to my attention that this was something that happened in the school, it hurt me because I just could think about how that is now going to change the outlook of the school now on the persons who attend there and the people in this community.
We would later find out 17-year-old Anthony Thompson Jr. was killed and a Knoxville police officer hurt. Thompson's mom takes us back to the moment 1 year ago.
The most pain I've ever felt in my life, and I've lost both parents. But to lose a child, there's absolutely no comparisons.
After a growing demand to release body camera footage inside the school bathroom, Knox County DA Sharm Allen did. She revealed Thompson brought a gun into the school building, and she would not charge the officers who were there. The shooting capped off a string of deadly violence against other neighborhood teens. What is the main message that you want people to hear on this 1 year anniversary?
That we must come together and move forward and remain committed to the plan of progress. I would really like to see throughout the city a more holistic participation in the conversation surrounding gun violence and also security in schools. That is something that we need everybody to chime in on because your experience may not be someone else's experience, but it still affects us as a community.
And yesterday, just shy of the 1 year anniversary, Anthony Thompson Jr.'s mom filed a civil rights lawsuit in federal court. She is suing the city, the county, the school system, and the 4 officers involved. She told me doing it yesterday was intentional, so she could take today to just be with family. Lori.
Elizabeth, thank you. Also on this 1 year mark, we're getting to see incident reports from 3 school security officers who were on duty during the shooting.
Yet one officer had been outside and reportedly only took part in clearing the building. Another officer had stayed in his office to look at security camera footage. That officer provided a tourniquet for the wounded KPD officer, then helped carry him to a cruiser.
A 3rd SSO had told KPD officers that Thompson was known for hanging out in the bathroom. After hearing the shots, he ran to call for help and order the lockdown. When the officer came back, he found the school's then principal, Nathan Langlois, upset, saying that police were helping the officer, not Thompson.
Now, in the bathroom, the officer found the school nurse trying to seal one of Thompson's gunshot wounds with her finger. He then helped the nurse look for other wounds.
And as we mentioned a moment ago, DA Sharm Allen decided charges would not be pursued against the officers who were inside that Austin East bathroom.
6 on your side, legal analyst Greg Isaacs is now weighing in today.
The lawsuit alleges that the officers did not properly protect Anthony Thompson Jr.'s Fourth Amendment rights and that they overreacted, that they violated their own policies and procedures. And our district attorney has found that the officers acted as a reasonable police officer would because they thought they were in imminent fear of deadly force or serious bodily injury. And so it'll be interesting how those very divergent theories play out as this lawsuit moves forward in federal court.
Now, the core of the lawsuit changes what Thompson's mother calls Anthony's laws. They cover how police interact with students.
And she's backing a list of other changes to how local government agencies interact with her community. And if you missed this story or would like to learn more about the lawsuit, just go to our website right now, WATE.com.